Yeah, good day YouTube. Warbles on a lot here, and I'm going to do a finger dressing. So you get to listen to the radio. Okay. Need the knife to take the old bandage off. And yeah, this has been on for 3.5 days. I did go to visit the doctor day before yesterday. And I had a shower and I wore clean clothes and I did all the right proper things that you're supposed to do when you go to visit the doctor. However, he was really busy. And I had a long chat with his wife when she got off the 2 phones that wouldn't stop ringing, and she was trying to answer both of them simultaneously. And that ain't meant to happen. However, this is going to get washed before it gets used again. So anyway, I had a talk with Mrs. Lady Doctor, and by profession, she's a operating theatre plastic surgery scrub nurse. So she's had quite a lot to do with this sort of stuff. And when I explained to her that the finger was clean and dry, and it hasn't gone rotten yet, and it's 2 weeks after I heard it, so it must be healing, she decided that there wasn't really much point me taking it to show it to her husband, because he probably wasn't going to change anything that I was already doing. And so they got to have a morning tea break, and I got to do other things. Okay, I don't know whether that's good or bad. It's actually starting to go black. But I think that's leathery skin. It could be just bruising and betadine staining. But anyway, that's what the finger looks like. And of course, to the big governor, you can have the finger. And I see dead ants. I'm pretty sure is the big governor. Interesting people. The composite personality, which is the big governor, and I see dead ants. They apparently feel themselves to be entitled to make plots and plans and manipulate other people, and then get really cranky when they fuck up their approach. And the people that they're talking to don't listen to them, and in fact tell them to go away. So after offering me psychotherapy via YouTube yesterday, dear old TheBigGuvna spent yesterday afternoon and last night and bits of this morning sending frantic personal messages to anybody who's put comments on my thread supportive of me. And that's pretty annoying, that's pretty irritating, but it's pretty laughable too, really, because it indicates that TheBigGuvna is really butthurt and it's desperate to get his or her point of view across. They're so desperate, they sent a personal message to a bloke who's been driving around with a sunfoil on his car for over a month, and they thought that by telling him that they reckon I am neurotic, that would somehow make him think that he was not saving fuel with his sunfoil. It's like, how dumb are these silly pricks? How dumb are they? Where is their head at? It's just insane. I have no idea why they think that's going to work. The people in the chain letter, the people who were told, all you have to do is text the word stop and this will all cease immediately. Well, that was all bullshit. One of the people who was on the list of addressees tells me that after he texted stop to the big governor, he then received 4 PMs instructing him not to, quote, feed Chris's narcissism. Right? Now here's the thing. If I was a narcissistic personality, the way the big governor wants to pretend that I am, if I was as narcissistic as he wants to think I am, I would have fallen over myself backwards to say, sir, yes, sir, put me in your film. I will say anything, I will do anything as long as I can be in front of your camera lens. But you see, big governor, I am not actually your standard variety narcissist. I'm more like paranoid personality disorder, antisocial personality disorder, schizoid personality disorder, and a big slab of post-traumatic head injury syndrome. And whereas the big governor, you may have an IQ of 110 or perhaps 120, and you might have been smarter than 85 or 90% of the people that you meet in your life, and this may have convinced you that you're smarter than everybody because the minority of people who disagree with you, they're obviously fucking idiots, aren't they? Right? Otherwise they would agree with the mighty big governor. But after I fractured my skull, my IQ was assessed at 156. Now you can't imagine anybody smarter than you. I know there are people smarter than me because I've met them. You know, every now and then somebody who's as smart as me gets ideas that they can behave with impunity regards the law, and society keeps incredibly clever people just sitting around waiting for a smarty pants to go off the edge. So I don't bother trying to break the law because I know there are policemen who are smarter than me who will be paid to catch me if I do the wrong thing, if I annoy them. If I annoy the species that the police are paid to protect, then I become the species they are paid to protect against, and I don't want that. I'm not interested in that. Therefore, my understanding of the fact that smarter people exist keeps me out of trouble. Big governor, you need to understand that some people are smarter than you, and when they're smarter than you, you cannot manipulate them. The idea that when a clumsy, transparent, sleazy, manipulative ploy is failing, like yours were, so badly for the past 48 hours, the idea that you could somehow retrieve your position of credibility by repeating the ploy louder and more stridently and with more people, sending messages to all of the people who are on the thread, you're an idiot. All you've proved is that you're a psychopathic personality who gets butthurt when you don't get your own way. You've certainly got nothing to fucking add to the Sunfoil project. I don't need some wannabe filmmaker who hasn't done anything interesting in his own life to be making films about. That's why you're out there trying to find somebody interesting to make a movie about. And you've decided that social recluses who've got a brain between their ears are going to be your target, and you'd like to make money out of people like me, would you? And you'd like people just like me to do what I'm told. And you think I'm such an attention whore that I will fall for the idea of an anarchist subcommittee on necessary hierarchy for editorial policy control in determining what the film's going to be about, when you haven't told me that a film exists even in concept. I accept the fact that you sent your messages out of series. I accept the fact, because I later found what was supposed to be your introduction. You fucked up. You moron. Fucking clugging a moron. Why would you think that you have the right to appoint yourself in charge of my mental state? Why would you think that I'm remotely interested in the opinion of your captive, allegedly anarchist psychologist. The reason you'd think that is because you suffer from an overcompensated inferiority complex, right? You suffer from an overcompensated inferiority complex. You're an anally retentive control freak, and you would like to be creative, and you want to piggyback on other people's creativity and originality. And you've got such an incredibly rigid, conservative mindset that I would have no trouble believing that you are serving or ex-military. I have no trouble believing that at all. Your level of abject, pathetic incredulity at being thwarted, disobeyed, at having your puppet strings snap and break indicates that you expect the chain of command to be obeyed at all times by all people. You just don't have it in you to imagine that there's anybody in the world who would dare to disobey you. You think that you're the fountain of all things good and wonderful. I think you're a fucking moron. Absolute moron. I strongly suggest at TheBigGuvna that you never cross my path again, because every day that I hear from any of my friends that you're sending PMs regarding how you think that I'm a terrible person for being a narcissist, I'm going to make another 15-minute movie talking about what a fucking moron you are. You got that? You get a movie per day from me telling you what a fucking idiot you are.
The only woman attending the forum, the only female leader. I will be focusing on gender equality.
I strongly suggest you go out and get a life of your own. Find something that's interesting to do and do it. You're not a filmmaker's arsehole.
One of the keys to unlocking development. She immediately faced questions about tomorrow's meetings with Nauru.
Have you ever made 517 movies in 15 months? You're not a movie maker's arsehole, are you? You're a wannabe. A wibniff. A wouldn't it be nice if fantasist.
But they will face as long a wait as they would have if they hadn't got on a boat.
And by the way, see this? This is a 250ml coffee cup. I'm still trying to imagine, at TheBigGuvna, how you reckon you got 350 mils of pus out of your pilonidal sinus when you were trying to appeal to my nursing instincts by exaggerating your medical conditions. You reckon you got a mugachino of pus out of the hair follicle in your ass. If that's true, you better stay lying flat on your back or put your ass in a sling, because if you stand up vertically, your intestines will fall down and tie themselves up with your bootlaces. At TheBigGuvna, if you genuinely got 350 mils of pus out of your pilonidal sinus, yep, you're in dire danger of sliding away out your own prolapse. Never cross my path again. TheBigGuvna. And to the rest of the YouTube, I'll finish the dressing now. Ciao.